Hey there, this is Terry Runyan, visual artist and creative encourager, and I'm back on YouTube. It's been a very, very long time, but I wanted to share with you today because I just heard it was International Cat Day. But as we all know, every day is International Cat Day. So today I'm going to explore some cats, as you may have guessed, and I am going to paint these in real time. I don't start with a sketch. I'm just going to go with the mystery of the thing unfolding and then see what happens with other characters that might show up. This is a really fun way for me to work, and I like to work without much of a plan. Let's go ahead and jump into this painting. All right, here we are. Got our paper, and I am going to use a fatter brush today. I'm going to use a size 10. This is a Mimic Kolinsky. No animals hurt to make this product. Round size, this is size 12. I'm just gonna start painting cats here. I got a few colors mixed up over on my palette. I just want to let everyone know that I have a new class available on Skillshare and also in my Teachable, in case you're not a Skillshare member. And I'm going to be uploading more classes soon. This is just a little demo to show you what kind of fun you can have with these cats and animals. I've got several other classes on my Skillshare and Teachable platforms, which will teach you how to find your style, do animal characters and stories. I got a lot in there with watercolor, washy watercolor, not washy watercolor, and a lot of cut paper. So I hope that you take a look at that, because those classes were a lot of fun to create and I'd love to share them with you. So yes, I'm going into the black cat phase now. Some of my favorite colored cats, black, basically blue, green, all the colors of the rainbow. Anything that's a cat is my favorite color. I like to vary things, I like to vary shapes. My newest class is called Complexity to Simplicity, and I'm basically taking a more complex design and simplifying it and show you how I tackle a project like that. So I've got a fairly big brush right now, and it comes to a pretty nice point. Let's try a blue kitty, kind of a blue-gray kitty. And I'm just going to be putting these kitties in all over the place. I like to call this a pattern. Layout. Yeah, so I'm just basically sort of like a jigsaw puzzle fitting in the pieces. So far, so good. I'm just like going around wherever there's a space and filling in a bit. Oh, who else needs to be on here? Let's try a brownish kitty, because we have brown kitties at my house and I love the brown kitty. That's not quite dark enough. I'm going to add a little blue to it. I don't know why it's not quite dark enough. It doesn't have to not be quite dark enough. I don't know, what's this kitty doing? Maybe it is hunching its back a little, since we have room for that. Kind of running into the other tail, so I'm not getting too serious about this hunching. I like the way that red oxide paint in Daniel Smith, when mixed with a blue, usually I mix it with an ultramarine blue, kind of gives like a varied color, which is pretty wonderful. This cat's going to be simple goofy side glance cat. So, you know, cats can look any way you want, which is why we love to paint them so. Plus, we love them anyway, even if they're not fun to paint. There's that one, and I've got room for one or two more over here. How about a greenish blue one? Because it's artist license, and we can do whatever color cat we want. I am putting a little bit of brown in this, so it's not quite so bright. Get the cat hair off the brush. Oh yes, you see these every day on the street, these green kitties. Have this one side view. This is a side view. I will give it legs like it's a side view. These legs are getting a little fatter than what I usually do. The variety is good. It's basically because I'm using a fatter brush, I think, and I'm not quite used to it. I usually use a size 10 brush. All right, that's good. I think we have room for another friend down here, and we don't have any yellow cats yet, so let's try a yellow one. I have so much cat hair in my paint, it's crazy. If you have cats living with you, you know how that goes. You probably wonder how the heck I'm gonna fit this one in here. It is just gonna be a burrito cat. I'm riding the edge pretty closely here, which is not ideal, but it is what's happening. More cat hair on the brush. Maybe this cat has a skinnier tail. This is a Winsor yellow, and I also mixed in a little Winsor Newton Scarlet Lake, and yellow oxide also works really well. Probably can put somebody here, and we're getting pretty full. Let's see what I can do. I think I'm gonna add some friends along here because we have some space. So I'm gonna add some birds like I like to do. They like to show up with their cat friends. This is the same basic colors down here, maybe a little darker. Try a little red bird. Down here. Simple, simple. So my classes are geared towards artists that have been doing art for a while that just want to learn some different things. There are also classes for complete beginners. You might want to check it out. I'm going to have links to both my Skillshare class and my Teachable class. So Teachable is you want to buy one class at a time, and Skillshare is a membership where you get access to all the classes, not only mine, but a bunch of other awesome artists. Also on Skillshare, you can get 1 month free for your first time there. Can't get better deal than that. What other color bird am I gonna do? Maybe a ultramarine bird. And where would this bird be? Might be funny to have it here on this cat that's leaning. Head's all weighted down by bird. Simple shapes, good. Love simple shapes. Now, of course, I feel like I need another bird or something up here. This tail. These birds are getting a little bigger, as birds are. They're small, they're big, they're all kinds of different sizes. This one's fat. Okay, I am gonna give this quick dry so it doesn't take 4 hours to do this artwork. That should do it. I'm gonna move to my smaller brush now. It's a size 10 Mimic brush, synthetic, and it's a little better sized for smaller details. On that red cat, I think I'm gonna make it a tiger stripe. Kind of a red cat, sort of a peachy cat actually. We can even call it orange. I'm just going to give it some stripies. So I'm varying things as much as possible here on International Cat Day. I also want to let you all know that I do have a group on Facebook that I do prompts every day of the week, and where you can share your work in a private group, so you don't have to share it with the whole world. So I will also link to that in the description. Some of you may be wondering, but where's the fluff kitty? They have a whole class on fluff kitties, on Wet Watercolor Cats, on Teachable, and on Skillshare. I'm going to give this kitty also some insides of ears. While I'm at it, and I've got this color, I'm going to add a few details to this one down here. Just kind of a multi-colored dark light. You can see by adding details, it mixes the interest up a bit. I don't think this cat needs a lot of color, but I'll go ahead and put a dot on here, a spot on here as well. So if you're an absolute beginner, I would recommend discovering your art style through daily creating class I have available. It's a really good class to sort of experiment and do it in a way that's pretty constant, so you get to know what works for you, what you like to do. I'll leave that one for now. I can give this the inside of the ear on this side. The other side we're gonna have to do something else. But blue kitty needs some legs, as blue kitties do. This is a little ultramarine mixed with turquoise. This black kitty's light enough that I can come on top of it with some texture, basically coming back on top with some black. You don't even have to go this dark. Sometimes it's really nice to see subtle colors within the kitty. My class on simple animals and simple stories is a great one for finding ways to mix up expressions, make the kitties or other animals that I have in that class connect with each other and tell a story. So you might be interested in that one. That one's been very popular. Okay, details. Green kitty, how about some spots as well? Maybe these are just a little different. Ooh, that's pretty dark, but we'll go for it. This is just a mixture of the green with some black and ultramarine. Kind of like a raccoon cat. Maybe I'll make the spots a little. I grab some of this paint out of here because it got in there a little heavy. Get a cat here and here. I'm going to try to scoop it up. If that doesn't work, you can always wait until the paint is dry to get it out of there. Lots more tips and tricks in my classes. And in case you didn't notice, I'm mentioning my classes a lot because I'm really psyched about this year and doing lots of classes. I also have one coming up besides the Complexity to Simplicity class. That'll be 3 projects with cats traveling. So I look forward to getting that up soon. But right now there are 9 classes available for you on Skillshare and 8 classes available on Teachable. There's places on both those platforms to share your work and get feedback. I have people share their work within the comments section in Teachable. And on Skillshare, there's a place where you can share within the project section. And my most recent video was in real time, so there's no problem keeping up. I'm gonna give this kitty some hands, and yes, you heard it right, these are hands. We don't have paws in our illustrations here. Little hash marks for fur, a must in my cats. I need to add a wing. I'm adding in a little darker rosy red into this red color so that this wing will show up. Same with this. This bird is facing forward. We need a wing on that yellow bird. And our blue one down below, I'm gonna have to mix a little black in with my ultramarine to get it dark enough to show, because that's a pretty dark color. And if you ever puddle up, like I just ran my fingers through this, I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit. That's not necessary. I just usually leave it. And you can see cleaning up didn't help at all. I'm just gonna come in and sort of try to fix that a little bit with the same colory color, but you know, instead, since it's not working very well, I'm just gonna give this kitty a little swash of darker color, because we can do whatever we want here. Maybe it's got a little dot over here too. So yeah, you can work with these things that happen in life, particularly in painting. Makes me want to have a dark spot on the tail as well. That'll work. Now, who needs what? This one needs the inside of its ear. I'm going to do that in black. Everybody's got ear insides. Yes. So I'm going to give it a quick dry. I like to use a Molotow, 1 millimeter, one for all. Okay, let's get these eyes in. I'm going to start with some circular ones, but I'm going to mix it up as I go along. It's good to turn the paper to the side. It helps get angles you might want. But it can also make your eyes go wonky because you can't tell what you're doing from the side as well. Yes. They all have just a little different look. And I might come back onto here and do another coat. That's usually necessary. Let's see, I'm leaving a couple blank so that I can do either a sleepy eye, or it could be that I will do a happy eye. One is an upside down U and one is a right side up U. All sorts of different things going on here to keep it interesting, like I like to say. variety is really my deal, although I seem to do a lot of cats. I think we're good with the white for now. I'm going to start adding a few black details. I forgot to put a wing on this guy. You will get a wing, not to worry. I think this black is light enough that I can use this pen, which is a Posca pen, black, fine line. Varying expressions. This is a sleepy cat, of course. Very pleased with the time it's getting to have to take a nap. Maybe this one's a happy bird. Kind of grouchy. This one will be sleepy as well. Because I kind of like making sleepy cats because that's what they do a lot of their time. This one's just, you know, it's into itself, sleeping and such. I might, let's see, this guy needs a nose and mouth. This guy or gal. Kind of enjoying the bird riding on the back. Does everybody have their deal? No, you need something here. Yes, we need more details though, of course. I'm going to get a smaller pen. This is a Staedtler Lumicolor permanent pen. I like to use permanent color in case I want to come back in with more watercolor. And I like to add the toes to the hands. Kind of fond of these little headdresses on birds too. Some crazy nails going on. And this one you'll be able to tell a little better that these are hands once we get the nails on. Putting in the details is pretty fun because the need to think a whole lot drops away. I can just add my details like I do. You need that wing still, don't you? This one is fancy. Hair. Hair. Huh. Yes, hair. I really want to get that wing on this one. So I'm going to use the ultramarine blue again, mixed with a little other color. It's pretty dark, but it is what it is. I think we got mostly everybody's details in here. I'm going to come in with the Posca pen again and test it. And maybe add a few more details on the cats. Would you like a little white nose too? Okay. It's kind of fun to put some white marks on the kitties too. Anyone else want something? I think we're good. While I'm still waiting for these eyes to dry, I'm going to come in with my non-essential bits for most people, but essential for me, cheeks. I'll put a darker pink on that because this pink won't show up. This is a rose color, Prismacolor. Trying to keep my hand out of the wet stuff. Okay, I gotta come back in now and add a little darker red to these red birds so their cheeks will show up. Could have actually done it on this too, but I think those are fine. Since it's International Cat Day, maybe the birds have a little flower to share with the cats. Using the Prismacolor again. That one has a flower. Who else has a flower? I don't think anybody else has a flower. So I'm going to use the black Prismacolor again and put that in that mouth of that bird and add a few dots to the center. We really need to get these pupils in these characters. For being International Cat Day, some of these cats look kind of grumpy. But you know, cats, they can be grumpy even when it's their day, as we all can. Let's admit it, every day is cat day. Could have gone over this again with white, but I might come back in and do that later. So everybody's got eyeballs. Whoops, sorry. Sorry, friend. Here you are. Yes, where to go from here? I am going to go ahead and add a little bit more white to these eyes because they look a little dirty. I'm not totally waiting for the black part to be dry, so this could cause a disaster by having them run together. But I guess it's okay. Yes, I'm going to stop now with that. At this point, I could go in and put drop shadows in so that everybody's landing. But because it's so complex, I think I'm going to forego that and call this done. Little signature. If you do choose to do this tutorial and you don't vary it very much from this original piece, which takes quite a bit of variation, please be sure to tag me at Terry Runyan when you share your work as being inspired by. So this has been a lot of fun. Again, please take a look at the classes I have available on Teachable and Skillshare. You can find the links to those below. You can also find them on my website, terryrunyan.com. I would love to see your work in the Daily Creating group. If you're not a member, just click the link in the About section and answer the questions, and then I'll let you in and you'll have a free set of prompts every week. So every day you'll have a prompt that you don't have to follow, they're just suggestions. It's been great hanging out with you, and have a wonderful International Cat Day.